Okay, so I made it upstairs. Now I know a lot of you, not a lot of you, but some of you may be thinking, what happened to my face? So I'm going to acknowledge that in the beginning of this fast. I had a really bad allergic reaction. My face freaked out on a certain type of mushrooms. So yeah, I know not to eat those anymore. So I'm pretty much healing my face the natural way. It's pretty much all gone now. It's pretty much just marks now. But you know, if you go the natural route for anything, it always takes much longer than like getting a peel or something like that. So I'm actually doing another video on my main channel about lightening dark marks, but doing it the natural way. So that's why it's, you know, taking a little process. But you guys know how my skin usually is. But this is, whew. Allergies. Okay, so I'm upstairs. Like I said, I started my water last night, so it's just been here sitting with the lime for the last couple of hours, or not hours, overnight. I'm about to take all my vitamins. I have my Happy Colon, my Happy Lymph, my iron, my chlorophyll, my Happy Gut, and my CMOS. About to take all of these. Again, check the link in the description box if you want to check out my herbs, where I get them from. But again, you could use whatever herbs you have, but these are the ones that I've been taking for quite some time now. I forgot to finish my tea last night. So I'll be taking all my vitamins with that. I'm still gonna follow up and make some fresh tea though. Everyone kind of has their like morning rituals. For me, I always start my days with lighting white candles because to me, it welcomes purity. So all throughout the day, I will have these candles lit. Another thing I love to do is start by misting my plants. I talk to my plants as well. All my plants have names. So this is Sweetheart. This is Snake. This is Christian. This is Simpatico. I've actually had this plant for a really long time, so he's been through a lot. I have to repot him soon because, you know, he's, as you can see, going through some stuff. I had to get rid of a lot of him. I'm gonna repot him in something smaller to allow him to bounce back, but look at him, he's over here coming back. So this is my baby, Sunshine. This is Royalty. This is Cacti. I always have fresh sunflowers for myself. They're my favorite flowers, that and plumerias. This is my baby Peace. She's very dramatic and I love her for that. If she was a zodiac sign, she would be a Scorpio like myself. So I pretty much love her. This is Ivy. Ivy drinks so much water, so I love her. This is Babes, and Babes is over here sprouting. This is Emerita. This is my love, Emerita's twin. Down here we have Hope. We have Lunar right here. We have Africa. And then we have, I always forget her name. I don't know why. So I pretty much make up a new name for her every day. But I think I'm gonna call her Lovely. I think that suits her. She's a very lovely plant. And then over here we have Snow White. So I usually don't mist any of these bottom ones right here. Then our newest one is Baby. She's still very moist, so I'm not gonna spray her. Those are some really important things for me to start my morning. I have my crystal bowl music in the background. I typically usually just listen to it if I'm like meditating, or you know, if the day seems kind of rough or whatever the case may be. But also, you know, just to soothe like your inner conscience, I guess, your inner thoughts. It really helps. I love crystal healing. And then especially now with the fast, I'm very much so fasting on a lot of things. I'm not just fasting on, you know, food. My phone has been on do not disturb for the last 5 days. So I do check it. So my friends, if they write me, I do get to them eventually, but I just don't have, you know, the startling sounds of ringtones kind of distracting me. I also have, you know, stop for the most part listening to music unless it's something that makes me feel elevated. However, since yesterday, I've only been listening to healing music. What else? Today and tomorrow, I'm gonna take it really easy because, you know, your first 3 days of your fast are like usually the hardest. It's usually when people give up. So you want to just be very calm with yourself, and especially since we're on lockdown, like, you have nothing but time to do that. Really, I am just going to be reading. I am going to be meditating, even more so than usual. Just really take it easy on yourself, because the first 3 days are going to be the hardest. Anybody that is trying to fast in order to help their body recover or cure any ailments, do keep in mind that your body will most likely have a response to fasting, and it will project your symptoms way more. Don't get scared by that. It's usually the body's way of pushing out extra toxins or whatever it is that you're trying to release. And I'm sorry I'm talking very like mellow. I just don't want to like rush on my energy, and you know, I have to go up and down the steps because I live in a 2-story place. So going up and down the steps takes a lot out of me when I'm on water fasting. So I'm trying to like, bring it back down now that I came down the steps. But I'm about to edit my yesterday's vlog. I'm about to put that up shortly. And if there's anything else you guys would like me to incorporate in these vlogs, definitely let me know. I cannot believe my skin though. It's just like pissing me off a little bit, because it's just like, why is this a thing? But I know it's almost gone, so whatever. Let me not get crazy about it. But what I've been doing so far, if you guys could have seen me like 5 days ago, my skin was like 1,000 times worse. Like, my body does not like cremini mushrooms at all. So I'm very thankful for where I'm at right now. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna relax. I feel like not lightheaded, but you know, like a little like, you know, not energized. Like, I could literally close my eyes right now and take a nap. But I'm gonna power through it, because that's usually how the first couple days are. So just keep going, remain strong, and we got this. And I just realized I didn't show you guys Mama, and that's Moolah. Those are my other babies. And that's Sweetheart right there. Love her. So today I've definitely been taking it easy. I've been in bed pretty much just watching YouTube videos. I did a slight bit of research, and then I put my scarf back on because I started having moments of thinking about food. So in order to get over that battle of wanting to eat something, I decided that I'm gonna take a nap. And I haven't had any of my fresh tea yet. So probably when I wake up, I will have a cup of that. Under half full, but again, the majority of it is also my tea. So I'm gonna drink some right now, actually. It's midday, And I'm not proud to be in bed right now because I told myself that I was going to get up and get my vitamin D from the sun. So I set my alarm for an hour, and then if everything goes well as far as energy wise, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do a nice walk. Now, I'm not like so depleted of energy that like I feel like I can't do anything. However, I do feel my body kind of telling me to rest. I do feel like I am getting already some type of like my body like releasing toxins already, because right here is really dry for me. I know this is TMI, but it's really dry, and I make my own lotion, so I don't use store-bought lotions anymore. So typically my base is shea butter, so typically my skin is pretty hydrated, but for some reason I do notice like the dryness in this area on both sides. That kind of started today, and then also my face I feel like looks a little bit worse than it did yesterday, which is, surprising, because I don't know if it's just because now the rash or breakouts is, going away mainly, and now it's kind of just becoming like a darker like hue. But as I was editing this morning, I was kind of noticing that my face did not look this bad. So I don't know if that's, a positive thing in the sense that like yesterday's fast kind of sped up the healing of my face. Now it's nowhere near what my normal skin is like, but I'm wondering if that's why my marks are looking a little bit darker. I don't have any headaches. I just really have that sensation right now of like eating. Like, the funny thing is, though, I set myself up really nicely. Like, I have no food in my house other than like apples and pears, because those last a pretty long time. And then some seaweed. And then everything else like is like freezer type stuff that's frozen, like frozen fruits, frozen vegetables. But I have enough willpower that I'm not gonna like go thaw some vegetables or go make a smoothie, because I know that's going to require me to clean, and like I don't want to do all that. So as far as like anything hands-on right now, I made sure I removed that from my house or just finished eating it before my fast started, because like right now if I had some dates in my refrigerator, like I am craving dates so bad right now. Like a whole handful of dates would make me really happy. I'm just so glad I finished them, because I had like maybe 4 left on Sunday night, and I was like, oh, I could just leave them there, whatever. And then my friend Brianna was like, actually, you should probably eat them, like, so that they're not like a temptation. And I'm so glad they're not here, because I can't even like fathom the thought of having them in the refrigerator, because I know damn well I'm not going to get in my car and go get food from the grocery store. So it kind of worked out. So instead, I'm just going to take a nap. I hope you guys are doing well on your fast. And maybe I need to do some more check-ins on like maybe Instagram. Sorry, my necklace is tangled. I hate it when this happens because my nails are too long. But maybe I need to do more checkups on my other socials, just to make sure a lot of you have started. I know fasting is always a commitment, and people will say they're ready to do something, and then when the time comes, they're like, nah. But I'm gonna do some more check-ins. And anybody wondering, because if you watch any of my like Snapchats or Instagrams, at this point I'm just rambling. But if you watch any of my Instagrams or Snapchats, I typically put another pillowcase over my actual pillowcase, because since I do make my own lotions and face creams and oil my locks and do like turmeric masks and stuff like that, I have an all white house. So in order to keep everything white, I put another pillowcase on. But I hate cotton pillowcases. I usually have silk ones, but I washed all of them last night, so they're in the dryer. Okay, I'm rambling. I will see you guys when I wake up. Pray that I could go on this walk And I pray that you guys can go on the walk, because the whole benefit of walking on this fast is you want to get your lymphatic fluids moving. A lot of us don't realize that our lymph system is very much so blocked. And of course it's blocked just from like the simple things that we eat day to day, but your lymphatic system is very important for removing any type of toxins in your body. So again, if this is a curing or a healing or a recovery fast for you, it's very important to get your lymphatic fluids moving. There is an exercise that I'm going to show for getting your lymph nodes, circulating the fluids. Shout out again to Brianna, because she did send it to me. So I have incorporated that in my routine, my daily routine, not just for fasting. But another thing that I do that I think a lot of people don't know is when I take showers, I actually do cycles of cold and hot water. So when you do that, you're actually shocking your, not shocking, I don't know if shocking is the right word, but we're going to use shocking for right now. You're pretty much shocking your lymph system to kind of push anything that's stuck, because your whole body I just smacked myself. Your whole body consists of a lymphatic system. So throughout your whole body, it's connected, right? So when you're taking this hot and cold shower, it's able to like kind of push the fluids, whatever fluids are kind of stuck. So I could go into further detail about the lymphatic system and why that's very important when you're cleansing your body. If you do want more information about that, I could just have like a separate segment on one of the other days that I'm cleansing. So if you do want to know more about the lymphatic system and why that's very important in cleansing, leave a comment below, let me know. Obviously, we know that your colon is also a very important factor in cleansing your body, because the issue with the colon is that, especially when it comes to being a meat eater, is a lion's intestines is, I think, 7 to 8 feet versus a human body being around 20 feet. So when a lion eats meat, their body is able to digest that meat and process it faster. But when we eat meat, I'm at a weird angle, my neck hurts. When we eat meat, our intestines is so long that like the journey for everything to go down is so long that it creates like pockets of things that don't necessarily pass through your digestive system. And when they're just sitting in your intestines like that, and it starts to pretty much rot again, I guess we could say, it's releasing all of those toxins back into your body and your bloodstream. So like, I'm not doing this to say, oh, like, don't be a meat eater. I'm not one of those plant-based people. Like, I believe your choice is your choice. However, it's harder for our bodies to fully process that. So you're leaving your body to kind of not be able to digest everything. Like, you're not digesting those meats 100%. So that's kind of where a lot of the issues with the body also comes from. But then, I'm still pretty much studying the effects of eating certain foods together as well. But a general idea of that is, if you're mixing certain foods that don't necessarily mesh well, sometimes the other food is able to digest faster, but then the other food is kind of left sitting in your gut, and then it begins to ferment, and that also is not good for digestion or things like that. So I'm still kind of learning that, but some of the foods that you really should eat by themselves are watermelon. So I know sometimes a lot of people end their fast and you want to eat all types of fruits and yada yada yada, but just be very mindful that melons are meant to be eaten only with other melons. So that's one that you definitely have to keep in mind. And yeah, I'm done rambling. I'm gonna take my nap now, and yeah, I honestly I hope that, from the start of this fast with you guys, like, I want to use this channel as I want to use this channel as a way to help people with, you know, healing themselves from the inside out. Like, I really want this to be a channel that promotes that, because despite what anybody has to say or wants you to believe, the body is incredible and it's able to overcome anything as long as you mentally can overcome it and prepare yourself for what it has to do. Anything or anyone that's using this cleanse as, again, a time of recovering something, like whether that's an autoimmune disease or whatever it is that you're battling right now, just know that your mindset plays a very huge role in that too. You need to also be telling yourself that you can cure whatever ailment you're trying to cure. And some people may just be doing this for weight loss purposes, but again, it's still mental, and you have to tell yourself, like, I can push through this. Once you get over that boundary, like, you're untouchable. And the herbs and eating alkaline, those are just, to me, second from whatever your mindset is, because your mind is everything. If your mind is telling you the direct opposite of what you're doing, all these major changes you're making in your life, eating alkaline and eating herbs, but like mentally you're still like in a pessimistic state, you're not going to overcome it, because your mind is very important. So with everything, my friends, you must always elevate. So I'm taking my nap now. Bye, guys. So I changed my mind 5 minutes into laying down. I am going to have some tea. I am feeling a little bit more bogged down. Like, if I go up the steps, like my heart is racing. Not majorly, but feels like I'm working out and I'm not. Fresh tea that I made this morning. I just was kind of beating myself up for lying in bed all day, so I'm going to try to push myself to take a 10-minute walk, something light. Second days are always the worst. All right, so I'm gonna go take my walk. We'll come back, let you guys know how it was. I'm just so excited to go to sleep tonight. I'm not even gonna lie. I hate the second days of water fasting. It's very difficult for me. But we are pushing through, and we are not giving up, because we are winners, and winners don't quit. So, all right, guys. So now that I'm out here, I'm actually very glad that I did this walk. I've been walking now for about 12 minutes, and honestly, I feel like my hunger pains stopped. I feel a lot more, I don't know, grounded. My head doesn't feel as like heavy. And this is really peaceful. I have my crystal sound healing in my ear. It's beautiful. It's probably about 80 something degrees out. I'm confused because I have a sweater and then shorts, but I'm glad I did this walk. So if you're feeling boggled down, definitely go take a walk. Hey guys, so I just finished showering. And my walk was absolutely lovely. I'm so glad I did it. I will say, like, I am a lot more drained right now. My mucus has literally like tripled. I've had to blow my nose like 5 times already since being back. I've probably been home for an hour. I showered for probably 20 minutes. I take really hot showers, but again, I do the rotation of hot and cold. But I've literally had to blow my nose like 5 times. So I could just literally, even I feel like the way I'm talking, you could like hear like, I have to blow my nose again. So I think that the walk definitely moved around my lymph fluid for sure, because I did not feel like this before I did the walk, as far as like wanting to just release like mucus. Because usually, since I'm alkaline vegan, I usually don't have a lot of mucus. Like before I was alkaline vegan, I was just regular plant-based. And you know, every now and then I still had to blow my nose, like that's just normal. But sometimes when I'm alkaline, I could go like days without having any like phlegm or mucus in my throat or like sinus area. So it's very interesting right now that like I just have to keep blowing my nose, and I can feel it right now. And it's not like that thick mucus you get when you're like, you have a cold. It's like that runny mucus that like just wants to just come out. It's like watery and you just need to let it out. So very interesting. So I'm definitely gonna keep the walks as a mandatory thing, point blank period. I can't miss a day. I think I did about 25 minutes and I just lightly walked. I didn't speed walk or anything. And then it was very sunny, as you guys seen, so it was very tranquil. So now I'm just gonna relax for a bit. I'm gonna wash my face off. Another thing I wanted to touch on, I have to sit. Another thing I wanted to touch on was, you know, the products that you're using while you're fasting. So the whole purpose of fasting is to relieve and release your body of toxins, right? But if you're still using the same things that puts heavy metals and puts toxins and puts all those things back into your system, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of a fast. So I know some of you are probably like, what? You're crazy. But I mean, I haven't used deodorant in like over 2 years now. So I definitely can tell when I eat too much onions. Obviously, it does go through your pores, but it's never like this offensive body odor. I don't get like offensive BO, like, and then the majority of the time I just don't have BO at all. So my body has got to the point now where that's just not even an issue. But if you are going to use deodorant, I typically spray apple cider vinegar, even though that's technically not a Dr. Sebi approved item, but I do spray that under my arms, and then I follow up with virgin coconut oil. But if you're not gonna do that, you could always, you know, get the, I think it's Uncle something for like natural deodorants. Then as far as skincare goes, so you guys know I'm in love with skincare. Skincare is really important to me. But during this time, you have to be very mindful of what you're putting on your face. So a lot of the masks, I have to blow my nose. Sorry, I had to go blow my nose. But a lot of the masks and face washes and lotions that you're using, like you have to be very mindful of what those ingredients are, because a lot of them play an important role on whatever conditions you have. Because at the end of the day, everybody got some type of condition going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody, obviously, if you're like alkaline and you're like surpassed, you know, the normal westernized diet, I'm not putting you in that category, but I'm talking about the masses that eat crazy. The majority of people have some type of ailment, whether it's high blood pressure, cancer, an autoimmune disease, an STD, whatever the case would be, somebody got something. And a lot of the products out now actually contribute to a lot of those things. So be mindful of that. If you're on a fast, fast on everything. Figure out the natural alternatives and the natural substitutes for the things that you're using. Okay, I'm weak now. I gotta sit down. I'm gonna rinse my face off. I'm gonna get in bed early today. I think it's about 6 o'clock. I think this was a really informative video. So if you guys want more informative videos, like where I'm breaking stuff down, like maybe the herbs that I'm using and things like that, leave a comment as well. Or if you just want me to just show you my weight loss and what I'm looking like, leave that too. So, all right guys. So I'm getting ready to call it a night pretty soon. It's about 8 o'clock. I'm definitely now having a lot more like flu-like symptoms. So pretty much I realized how it all started was after my walk, I realized how my senses, like my nose was so strong. Like my neighbor has a dog and I swear I could smell their dog. Like it was just that intense. Like even like the smell of my place was like bothering me, like because it was just so strong. And then like I have this candle, this Yankee candle, that I actually was gonna take back because the smell of it is so faint. Like, I was like, this is a waste. Like, I need to exchange it because that's a part of their policy. Like, if you can't smell the candles. And like, now that all of this has happened, I smell this candle so much. Like, it is so strong. And pretty much for the last like 2 hours, you can kind of hear it in the way that I'm talking. Like, I sound like I have a cold. So I literally had to bring a cup downstairs for myself because the back and forth to the bathroom to spit out the mucus was just too much. Like, I'm sorry, that might be disgusting to some of you, but like, I had to get a cup because it was just taking a lot out of me going back and forth to the bathroom to spit it out. So that was definitely my indication. The sense of smell was heightened, and then all of a sudden I noticed that I had to continuously blow my nose. So yeah, I'm still on that wave, I guess. Another thing is I still do have bowel movements, TMI, but now they're starting to get more liquefied. Normally, I do go like 2 to 3 times a day, so I'm still technically doing that. However, I've noticed today they're starting to be a lot less, like, if anything. And my second one, or my third one, and I can't remember, was definitely much more liquidy. I think this is probably like the most TMI video I think I've ever done. Yeah, I don't have any headaches. That hasn't been an issue. My stomach is still like, it doesn't feel hungry. The thing is, it doesn't feel hungry. It's just, I have like the sensation of just wanting to chew. Like, I'm not hungry. It's like the weirdest feeling ever. And like, normally I feel like I do 3-day fast and that's it, or I'll do 2-day fast, or like sometimes I'll just do like a 1.5-day fast, and then by this time I'm eating. So like, pushing through this part is probably the hardest for me because my body's so used to doing like 2-day fasts. I usually do shorter ones, but since I'm trying to push this one to a week, which is to me, I think my longest fast, I'm trying to get over like the mindset that I normally have when I fast. So when I wake up into day 3, like once I pass day 3, I know I'll feel a lot better, but it's definitely all minds over matter for sure. And I think not having food definitely helps like you to prepare yourself. I did, however, start watching recipe videos. So I'm getting my food fix by watching that. Yeah, what else can I say? Oh, sorry, this is going to be another TMI moment. So as far as my fluids, my number one, there we go. I definitely noticed, because usually I only drink water. I don't drink anything else but water. And then sometimes I'll have tea or I'll have matcha where I use coconut milk. But usually my number one is pretty faint. Like, it's like a very faint yellow. Like, if clear is right here, it's like right here. But as of today, I started paying attention to my number one, and it is a much darker yellow. And I just recently did research on urine colors because, you know, I always thought like the clearer your urine was, the healthier you were. You know, I always thought that was how it worked, but it's actually opposite of that. So basically, if your urine is super clear, it means that your functions of your it's your kidney or your liver, and I don't want to like say the wrong thing, but it's either your kidney or your liver isn't filtrating your system right, because your urine is basically supposed to have like your toxins, your mucus, and things like that. So technically, if you were to do a pee test, you could pee in a cup and watch your pee throughout the day. And if you start to see like sedimentation towards the bottom of the cup, like white, filmy, nasty looking stuff that's kind of separating from the rest of your urine, like, you know that your body is actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's filtrating out the stuff that's not supposed to be there, which is a great thing. So today, I definitely noticed that. And, you know, I watched some other people's fastings, and a lot of them said that that came more so like after day 5, day 6. But for me, I feel like what accelerated that was the simple fact that I'm taking all these herbs as well. So I feel like, you know, water fasting is beneficial either way, but I feel like when you add the herbs to it, like you accelerate your water fast much faster, because I'm experiencing a lot of the symptoms that you would experience a little bit later on. Minus like the fatigue stuff, that's normal for your first couple days. But as far as like your flu-like symptoms, your like toxins releasing really fast, like all of those things kind of come a little bit later. So I guess I'm really interested to see what my like day 4, day 5 will be, because it seems like that's kind of the majority of people's symptoms. So I have no other updates. I have a little bit of tea left, so before I go to sleep, I have to finish this. And I'm drinking about 128 fluid ounces a day, which is pretty similar to my normal, because I typically drink a gallon anyway. So this is not like anything new, I guess. If anything, I feel like this is less water for me, because I'm constantly eating stuff like cucumbers and stuff like that that already has a high water intake. So yeah, I think I'm done. I don't feel as like low energy like as I did before I took the walk, but I still do feel like I just want to take it easy today. So we will see what it'll be like tomorrow. But the great thing is I don't want to eat. Like, no, I do want to eat, but I'm not hungry. But if I could eat right now, oh, I would eat. But mind over matter, so we're going to get through this, and I'll see you mañana.